I knew you'd come out and help me. So what you got to do is put your hands inside of there, get the meat. Seeing as we haven't seen the koi yet, I certainly do like playing around with new ideas. And love, I said I'll sort it out later on. Trying to make a video. I'm not cleaning the conservatory today. Seeing as you just got home from work, do you fancy helping me? No. And when I say inside me filter shed, but you can just make life a little bit easier than getting your hands super wet. Well, these hanging hook kits come as a set. You can see, so with the lotus root media, and you could use different media with these hanging hook kits. Follow all the way through. There'll be a question in this, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's yibbity yabbada, jibbity jabbada, koi whisperer over and out. Labosh. Love, I said I'll sort it out later on. Trying to make a video. I'm not cleaning the conservatory today. She keeps banging on about that. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Well, the weather out there today is absolutely terrible. So I'm going to start the video off, well I am starting the video off, inside my conservatory. And I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can certainly see the rain is absolutely howling down out here today. Some sort of storm or something that's coming in the UK. But I thought to myself, I've got a few jobs that need doing. One of them inside the filter shed, so I can get that done today. I've also got to do a massive water change or a water top up on this pond inside of the conservatory because it's making a hell of a noise. And it's just really the water level in the intake from the skimmer is sort of like, well, it just needs to be topped up. It's surprising how much water that the plants use up, and obviously evaporation as well. And I've also got to do a water change on the DIY pond that we've got in the conservatory as well. See a few little koi floating around there. I've also got some stainless steel bar to finish off outside in the filter shed. So all of that yibbity yabbada being said, I'll join you outside in the filter shed and I'll get these ponds or indoor tanks topping up while we're doing that job out there. So let's jump outside and I'll show you what I'm doing, because planning to finish off a project I started a few weeks ago. Now the stainless steel bars has turned up, I can get my sort of end of filtration finished because, well, let's just go out there, I'll explain a little bit easier because you can see what I'm talking about. And when I say inside my filter shed, I've got to be honest, I am a bit of a tart with me filter shed, a little bit OCD, and I do like it looking smart. So as a lot of people know, I use a drum filter on this koi pond that I'm running outside, which this does all of the mechanical part of your filtration, which, to be fair, you have to do minimal maintenance to these filters. Absolute brilliant bits of equipment. They do come at a cost, but they are an absolute godsend to give you a bit more freedom. And then it moves on to a biotank. Well, with these biotanks, you have different options and different types of media that you can put into a biotank. Well, when I first originally had this biotank, I only actually had the plastic media inside of here. Well, the same amount of media inside of this biotank is still the same amount of media is in it now from when I first put it in there to what I put in, what's in there now, if that makes sense. So I haven't took any out, but what I have done, so the company Burton's that makes these biotanks and drum filters, there's a sort of add-on kit. So where you can see this baffle here, they've also designed it so you can add another baffle to it, which screws into like these sort of like plates down through this section. And I do apologise if it's a bit noisy out here, down to the fact of the air pump's running, that's running, and I don't want to turn it off just to make a video. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But what I have done since I've added this baffle plate, it's allowed me to add a load more media inside of here. Media from Mountain Tree, which is the lotus root bacteria house, which is absolutely fantastic for housing beneficial bacteria. The surface area on this media is outstanding. The way that the media is designed, with the hose running all the way down through it, with the slots cut out all the way down through, the surface area on it is incredible. It also adds minerals to the pond as well, which is another benefit of using the media. Well, when I first originally sort of tested and tried out this idea before this section went in, there was a little gap down this side which I ran a load of the media up through. You can see there's one new piece of media in there, and then you've got stuff that's been in there a lot longer, and you can see the colour difference of how much beneficial bacteria is built up on that piece compared to a newer piece that's only been in there like 2 or 3 weeks, the beneficial build-up on the media is incredible. You can see by the difference in colour. But what I'm trying to get at is the idea of me putting this in the first chamber when I first started was a bit of a prototype, obviously to up the amount of media that I've got in my filtration, so I have more surface area in for housing more beneficial bacteria, which is great. But as I'm just talking to you now, this water is very cold at the moment. It is actually 12 degrees, so it's not too bad seeing that it's winter time. But one thing's for sure, if you have to clean it, putting your hands into this type of water all the time is super cold. And Mountain Tree's basically come up with this idea of hanging hook kits which can house the beneficial bacteria on a hanging hook kit, which allows you to dip clean the media. So as you want to just give it a little bit of a rinse or a little movement every now and then, not that it has to happen very often, it makes your life super easy and it looks smart and it holds it all nice and neat and tidy. So what I designed when I've done this, part of the reason why I've got these 2 new stainless steel bars to go in place, I've been waiting for the bars to turn up, and I was also waiting for the hanging hook kits to turn up. Well, these hanging hook kits come as a set. You can see that this set actually allows you to hang 3 sections of the lotus root bacteria house. I'm only actually currently using 2, but in the pack that you actually get the 3 set. It does actually run up to, I believe they do bigger sets as well. So I ordered a full box, well 14 of them, 14 different individual separate pieces to finish off this section and this section. And the amount of extra bio load by me doing this is incredible. But there's one downside today, is that I've got to get wet hands or cold hands to get all this put together. And I am open and honest on the channel. Mountain Tree do sponsor me. They do sponsor this channel. And I've used their products on every single pond that I've got. But one thing's for sure, I would not use a product if I didn't believe in it. And I am a super strong believer of the Mountain Tree products. I think all of their stuff's outstanding, to be honest. It's high quality, decent quality made. It's available pretty much everywhere in the UK now. Selective Koi Sales is the place where I generally get it from myself. I do actually get some of it imported from China, direct from the company where the stuff's all made from originally, but they have got a massive company over in Germany as well, and it's available all over the world. I'll leave the link for Mountain Tree down in the description of the video and the comment section. But all of that yibbity yabbity being said, I'm just going to crack on and get all of these put together. I have shown them before, but I've got to do 14 of them today, so I'll just put you on a bit of a time lapse, whack these together, and then show you the finished results. And it's a job that we're doing inside today. And I do apologise about the light inside the filter shed, because it's a little bit tricky for me to film in here, but it's certainly warmer for me doing it inside of here than what it is filming outside of there today, with the wind, the rain, and it's just miserable, to be honest with you. So yeah, like I said, these are the hanging hook kits from Mountain Tree. They do come all individual, nice packaging, and the idea behind them is incredible in the way of it makes it super easy for, you know, for maintenance, doing dip cleans and stuff like that. And I'm super well impressed with the product. So in the kit you get what they class as your bottom piece, you get an eyelet or a ringlet, you get your wire, and you also get, I class them as spinners, but you get your spindles. And I believe this set that I've got at the moment is a 4-stage. I'm only going to be using 2 of them today, but if you had a deep bio tank and you wanted to use like a 4-stage, the bigger bio tank, if you had that into the ground, custom made one or something like that, or blue barrow, it means you can get more media from the top to the bottom, if that makes sense. And I don't know how well the footage is coming out in here, because like I said, I'm inside the filter shed and we're just making do really today, because I normally like filming outside, but with the weather, the wind and all the crap, we're just doing it inside. So the reason why I like these is how easy they are to do or use. You just push the wire inside the bottom of this, and it's sort of like push fittings. Once you've pushed it in, it's self-locking, so it locks into place. And I mean, there ain't, you could, if you really pulled on it, I suppose you would be able to rip it out, but the mechanism inside of theirs, it ain't coming out with the weight of the media. So all you do, I'm going to get one lot of cold hands and then show you what it's looking like, and then just speed up the process by doing all of them together, and then show you what it's looking like when it's finished, because else it'll be boring. So with the Lotus Root media, and you could use different media with these hanging hook kits. The hanging hook kits is a separate bit of equipment, so you could, if you already got existing media and you wanted to come up with a design by using your media that you've got, but using the hanging hook kits to do the same job, you just slide the media on, and then what you do, you use one of your spinners, and this just helps separate the media to keep it so they're not like touching each other, if that makes sense. And what it does do then, it makes it like spin as well a little bit easier for like dip cleaning and stuff. Then what you do is add your second piece of media. That's the advantage of using the edit software. All of my bad things that I do when I'm making a film, I try to edit out for you guys to make it a bit more watchable, but still try to show you at the same time. So there's the second piece on there. You don't need to add a top piece on, but I think it looks cool, not that that matters, but at the same time it does a job by locking it into place and keeps that bit connected to that bit. And then what you do, these hooks or the eyelets, they've just got a tiny hole in the bottom of them. You thread your wire up through, or your cable up through, and this is the same, it's self-locking, so when it comes out of the little hole in the side, you can customize this wire. So if you want to hang the media lower into a chamber, or I even thought the other day that people that's got a Nexus filter and all of the floating media, like your plastic media that's on top, or the bottom part of the Nexus, you could actually hang this all the way down, so the top part has got your floating media moving around, and the bottom part, all of that extra water space, you could add this to it as well. I don't know if it will work, but it's just an idea. Things like that is stuff that I like trying, and if it does work, or anyone does try it or has tried it, let me know and write it down in the comment section. But this little eyelet or the hook allows you to change the depth of what you want when it goes inside. Let me put it in there and I'll show you what I mean. I've still got a lot more to do. Obviously this is the first one with my new stainless steel bar running across. I've also got the stainless steel bar running across here, but now you can see that this here is just hanging on side of the stainless steel bar. But with the wire, if I want to adjust it, if this was deeper, I've got loads of wire left to adjust it to go down. These ones I just clipped the wire off because I knew that it's the finished height of what I need. So it basically just allows you to, when you want to do your cleaning or maintenance, just roll the bar back and then you can do yourself a dip clean. Nice and easy, give it a bit of a shake round, and any stuff that gets built up on it, not that it will too much, but you can just make life a little bit easier than getting your hands super wet and yeah, freezing cold as well. You can see the colour of my hands change just by getting that one and that one out. But what I'm thinking, and sometimes my ideas don't always work, and it is super windy out here today, but what I'm thinking is, because I've got 14 of them to do, and Mrs. Whisperer's got a day off, and she wants me to clean this conservatory, well, I'm thinking she can help me do this outside by putting all of these together. It's worth a try anyway, isn't it? I can ask her for her help. Hey love, seeing as you just got home from work, do you fancy helping me?
No.
Yeah, I think you can. You want me to clean that conservatory, you can help me. No. Cheers then. I knew you'd come out and help me. So what you got to do is put your hands inside of there, get the media out, and then I'll put together
I'll put that together, right? Sticking my hand together.
I thought I'd take a chance. Well, I could actually kill two birds with one stone. If you want to do this, I'll clean the conservatory. No. Worth a shake, wasn't it?
You can do it all.
But this is the first time Mrs. Whisperer's come out here. She might have to stand a little bit further back, just so her head's not right up against the camera. But be interested. I'm not even going to tell her or show her how to do it, and see if she can work out how to do it herself, because it is super easy to do. And I'll be nice, you can use those two that's already out. Should have had a race, shouldn't we? You'll beat me at doing stuff like this too, because you've got quicker hands. Well, look, she's going for it. She's going for it. She is actually going for it as well.
Do these matter which way around now? It's that way, isn't
Yeah, it don't really matter. I think, to be fair, I think the green bit, the bigger bit, is the bit that faces up. So if they go on that way round.
Well,
Or was that a distraction? That was a distraction, wasn't it? I know.
I just looked at the ones you've done. You've done them the other way around. And you just talked.
Oh yeah, you cheated. You used the weight of that. She's going to beat me now too. I'm going for it as well. Just to let people know, I've had to put my hands in there as well. And mine are soaking wet. Stay still. We should have done this outside. There's no way I'm... I don't know what I'm doing. I can't get mine in.
How tight do they need to be? There?
You push it down too far, you won't be able to adjust it. Nah, fair play. She done hers before me.
That's exactly the same as the ones you already got in there.
Have you done yours right? Hang on a minute. You got that upside down.
No, I haven't. How could you possibly tell?
Right, anyway, that was a bit of banter. We're going to get all these done and show you what it's looking like when it's done. But yeah, fair play, you beat me. People in the comment section are going to be saying, James, you got beat by your wife. Yeah, to adjust them as well, look, all you got to do is just push your finger on the bottom of that pivot and then it just allows...
But I did it perfect. You wouldn't need to put it tight when you put it in there.
Yeah, I know, but...
Perfection.
Alright. If you're that good at it, what I'll do... See, it's always about advantage.
You need to get them out. I'm not putting my hand in that water.
Right, I'll get them out.
How many more is it just the one?
No, we've got 14 to do. Right, let's get this done and we'll snap back to them in a minute. Oh, that water's cold down there. Woo! Right then, ladies and gents. So with help with my fantastic wife, managed to get all of this finished. Even though she did beat me, I will put my hands up. She beat me in the race, but I'm super happy with this now. Little add-ons or extras, little DIY projects that you can play around with over the winter. Certainly make improvements. By doing something like that does make me think you could have a bio tank like this and even put another section in. So you could actually have maybe two lots of, for people that don't know, this is also from Mountain Tree. This is the spiral filter mat. That is biological and it's mechanical as well. So the reason why I've got that in between here is just to keep that separated, because I could actually put another section of lotus root up through there, but the reason why I didn't was just for the pure fact of they were a little bit tight, almost touching each other, if that makes sense. And I want to have that freedom of just being able to move them around, lift them in and out for dip cleaning, and I just wanted to keep it a little bit more easier for me for maintenance. Also down through this side, you can also see they're off of the bottom as well. So if I drop this hook to the bottom, you can see by lifting it up, putting it on the hook, it means that the bottom of the media is not sat on the bottom of the tank, if that makes sense. So no crap or shit will get caught on the bottom, it will bypass through the system. So it's just little add-ons and little extra ideas. Super happy with that. It looks smart, it looks cool. But yeah, you could actually add another one of these baffles over this side, put moving media over here. You could have spiral filter mat in here and then have your lotus root in this side. It's just little ideas really that you can come up with. And seeing as we haven't seen the core yet, I certainly do like playing around with new ideas and trying and testing things out, see how things work. I mean, I've got so much media inside of these two backy showers as well. I mean, the pond filtration is pretty much bulletproof. But for me, that's part of the reason why this pond is always good. The fish are always healthy. And I think by adding some of the best media that you can get, it is expensive, I'm not going to lie. And you don't have to buy it all at once. But as they say, slow and steady wins the race. The amount of money that these fish cost, I mean, in consideration, there's no point spending £200 or £300, £400 on a fish and you haven't got the beneficial bacteria, the house for that to live in. So I do highly recommend spending a little bit of money on better quality media over time. You know, things don't happen overnight, and I do appreciate we're all in the same boat. Just the cost of running a pond these days is super expensive. But when you've got a nice collection of fish, you know, looking after them is all part and parcel of it. And I do think there's a lot of decent quality stuff out there on the market now that you can actually, you know, slow and steady build up, get to your collection, and yeah, your fish, the whole hobby just becomes a lot more enjoyable. But I do appreciate the hobby in general is, you know, stupidly expensive. I do think, and don't take this the wrong way, I do think it's part of the reason why it's a sort of older generation hobby. People that are retired, they haven't got a mortgage to pay, you know, because it's expensive, I'm not going to lie. But if you do enjoy the hobby, and I mean, we all start from somewhere, just by having a pond like what I've got inside the conservatory, which is inside of there, that gets you into it. Then you might build something like that sort of size to get you into the hobby a little bit more, which even this sort of project cost me a bit of money as well. I mean, nothing's cheap in this day and age, but if you do get into the hobby, you know, you end up building something like this on the collection of fish. You can certainly see how cold the air temperature is today compared to the pond water, because it's all misted up on the front of the glass. But seems it stopped raining. I'm probably going to wrap this video up, go in there, do my hands off, because look, it's like I've been in a bath for about 6 hours where I've had my hands in that cold water. But that being said, if you do want any of the mountain tree stuff, have a look down in the description of the video. The links are there, and yeah, as they say, thank your mother for the mountain tree. The next video, I'm probably going to do a mountain tree giveaway as well. I think I got some bits to give away, so keep your eye out for the next video. If you've stayed here to the end of this video, the next video will have a question about this video. That makes sense? So you guys that are loyal fans and watch and follow all the way through, there'll be a question in this, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's yibbity yabbada, jibbity jabbada, koi whisperer over and out. La bosh.